and a warm welcome to another news hour on Jamano Media and Products. First, we begin with our headlines. National People's Party predicts clean sweep of National Assembly elections. The Independent Electoral Commission explains delay in announcing election results. Yahya Jammeh's guards celebrate President Adama Barrow's victory in Equatorial Guinea. Genocide in Sita suspect in police custody. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. The deputy spokesperson of the National People's Party, Sidin Jai, has told the Standard that the NPP's results in the April 2022 National Assembly elections will eclipse its performance in the just-ended presidential elections. Mr. Njai, regarded as one of the key architects of President Barrow's election victory, said most of the sitting National Assembly members from opposition parties have been shaken to the core by the results. The NPP won in almost all constituencies, and this trend will continue in the Assembly elections, which mean a clean sweep of the National Assembly seats in April, Mr. Njai said. He said President Barrow will need a comfortable majority in Parliament to execute his progress legislative and development agenda. Asked about allegations that the NPP stole the election of registered non-Gambians, Mr. Njai said that is a cheap excuse from the opposition. The result is a reflection of the appropriation of President Adama Barrow by the Gambian people. With the opposition, this result is a reflection of the appreciation of President Adama Barrow by the Gambian people, which the opposition woefully failed to notice or even admit. In any case, they had the opportunity to make objections to the voters list, by none of them queried even a single entry, Mr. Njai said. Asked how the next government will be shaped with the myriad political parties and interests that have invested in the President Barrow victory, Mr. Njai responded, Barrow has a good track record of accommodation different political ideas and politicians. He has been working with the majority of the coalition 2016 members peacefully for years. In fact, he has already said everyone is welcome to work with him, so he will have no problem accommodating anyone in the interest of the country. The Independent Electoral Commission has explained the delay in announcing the full results of the 4th December presidential elections, saying it needed adequate time to vigorously vet and compute the figures to avoid announcing wrong results. It also cited the late closure of voting in Sukuta and other places as another reason for the delayed broadcast. The IEC came under a barrage of criticisms, especially from supporters of the defeated UDP, for the inordinate delay in announcing the full results. By speaking to the Standard on yesterday, Parmakam Khan, IEC chairman of communications, said the debacle that ensued from announcing two results for the 2016 presidential election, they did not want to leave anything to change. Some people call it delay, but he will call it a natural process of reporting because the results are key in determining the outcome of an election. The other reason is that normal voting ends at 5, but in some areas like Sukuta, due to numbers of people who were in the queues, voting went until 10 p.m. Then the results has to go through a process from counting center at the polling station to the calling center and that the election house for final vetting. So the delay was to avoid what happened in 2016. That was a result of the rush caused by political pressure. We know some Gambians are not happy with us, but he can assure that it was all meant to get things together, he said. Commenting on the claims by some opposition elements that the election was rigged in favor of President Barrow, Mr. Khan said the results published by the IEC are perfect and accurate. However, if any political party feels unsatisfied about them, they have the right to take whatever action in a court of law, but they have delivered one of the most transparent, credible and fair election in the history of the Gambia, Mr. Khan said. Video has emerged of some guards of former President Yahya Jammeh celebrating last Saturday's victory of President Adama Barrow with a song and dance. In the video, the guards and people believed to be their family members could be seen singing, dancing and clapping into the refrain of the victory of President Adama Barrow. The celebrations were led by Lieutenant Colonel Wadifad Barrow, the loyal aide-de-camp who went into exile with the former President Jammeh and has remained with him up to date. Also seen in the video was Major Amadou Diouf, a personal protection officer to the former First Lady, Staff Sergeant L.B. Jammeh and Sergeant Lamin Nyasi. Sources close to the former president indicated that many of those living with him in his exile base did not agree with his decision to party, accompanied with the APRC leadership under Fabakary Tombong Jatta, and initially endorsed Cheikh Tidiane Haidara and later GDC's Mama Kandeh, instead of NPP's President Adama Barrow. Jammeh had repeatedly addressed GDC campaign rallies through telephone and called Barrow an illegitimate president and even a donkey. The video of the celebration by this guard of Barrow's victory is a public confirmation of their disagreement with his position. An APRC source told the Standard that plans are afoot to repatriate the guards and their dependents from the Equatorial Guinea as soon as possible. Social media incites suspect of a Rwanda-like unrest in the Gambia has been nabbed by the police. Lamin Dabo alias Kanikunda, a 47-year-old Gambian, was arrested by police detectives after allegedly calling for a Rwanda-like uprising in the Gambia on a WhatsApp social media platform. Dabo's arrest comes in the wake of UDP leader Ousainou Darboe appealed to the police, urging for the arrest of a purported supporter who was inciting others to assemble and burn down the country, just like what happened in Rwanda. The suspect is alleged to have made an audio that went viral on social media, calling on UDP supporters to destroy the country and make it even worse than Rwanda. Below is a statement from the Gambia Police Force after the arrest of Lamin Darboe. Officers of the Police Special Investigations Unit on Tuesday, 8 December 2021, launched a swift investigation in a viral audio in which a man who later became known as Lamin Darboe, alias Kanikunda 47, has heard calling for post-electoral violence. In the viral audio, he was heard calling for people to make explosive and burn the country, which resulted in widespread fear and concern among the general public. 4 other names mentioned as accomplices belong to the same group called Santamba Kankiling Kafo in Busumbala. Were equally arrested and are currently helping the police in their investigations. The police continue that they wish to once again warn all and sundry that they will not allow this country to fall into a state of lawlessness, and that any individual or group found wanting will be dealt with strictly according to law. Those were the stories for our today's newscast, but before we take a leave of you, let's take a recap on our top stories. National People's Party predicts clean sweep of National Assembly elections. The Independent Electoral Commission explains the delay in announcing election results. Yahya Jammeh's guards celebrate President Adama Barrow's victory in Equatorial Guinea. Genocide inciter suspect in police custody. Those were the stories. Thank you for joining us, and I am your presenter, Mariama Gillen. Do have a nice day.